Hi everyone. In this video we are going to revise what we practiced from day 1 to day 5. So let's get into the video. I have created a Python file in that. So what we have done from the day 1 to day 5 is like to reverse string, palindrome check, and largest number in the list, and counting vowels and consonants, right? So let's create simple function like, for example, reverse string. So when we reverse, we have to give the word. Normally for doing the reverse string, we simply return word of simply, or like a -1 to reverse, or there is a number of options. Let's try to print this reverse string. Let's try to use the Python. I'm running the file. Yes, it is reversed, and we can also do the it's like a using the reversed functions and loops, and we can also go through all, like simply mainly we can focus if it is a simple by using loops is better. For like, let's see here, slicing is by using slicing and loop, and use also reversed and recursion, something like that. So let's try to use like a reverse function by using loop for character in word. So we have to reverse, right? So let's create a ch is equal to, I have to create here ch is equal to something like this, and we have to define like that, and we have to add the character and character like ch, and we have to return that, because let me clear, we have to return ch. It is like a small reverse, like it is just like a, let's say if you use the Python here and Python plus this, and next if y will be appear like y plus p, next t will appear t plus y plus p, same as like that, all are reversing like that. Let's see. Yes, here also reverse the function. So there are a number of ways to like we can also use reversed function. What we want to reverse, like word, and we have to join them, right? Join. How we can join? We can join them by using simple thought. I think so. So as like this, simply by using join function also. Yes. Let's try to find how about join function. Join function in string. Yes, it is like a separator join iterable. Okay. For reverse string. So it is just like this, and we have to define that, right? Okay, I have already, that's why I'm getting error for that. So I'm confused why it is getting. And let's say it is like a word one. So we define a variable. Then we have to check if wrd1 no, we can directly return that WORD 1. Let's try to do that. Yes, it is returning reverse function. So this is a one of the type to reverse. Mostly we can do the recursion, but yes, I think we have to practice that more to that reverse. I think reverse may be like it is just by passing each word and giving the next word to recursion. So yes, that may be best for the interviews like slicing these things as we did in the first. And good to know loop. Okay, so we have revised that how to loop by each character to reverse a string. Right, so next let's define another function like palindrome. We have to check for the palindrome string. There will be another palindrome check for the numbers also. Just here, just like a palindrome string. Just it is like a checking reverse word or not. So we have to give the word. So if word is equal to what we can to check here, we have to reverse, means palindrome check means if the word is should be equal to if we reverse the same word, right? Like Python, if we reverse the same characters in reverse, it can't be palindrome because palindrome condition is to be same if the word is reversed also. So as I did in the above to check the reverse, so I simply use the slicing thing like this thing -1, right? If it is equal, then we have to return it is a palindrome. Else we have to return it is not a palindrome, right? Let's try to run if it is work for us. Just now we have to print the function, right? Print palindrome string. Let's give same string I have given as to reverse. So if I am checking if there any word, if we reverse the same, then it is give come or not. Yes, so I have to stop this. Here it is not a palindrome because it is the same. It will not same if we reverse. Let's try to give madam. I think it is a reverse. Yes, it is a palindrome. So we can do palindrome check by the reverse string and the two pointer method compare start and characters. Yes, like let's try to that one also. Yes, so first we have to define left is equal to 0, right? Because here I'm giving that uh, length indexing of that characters, and it is should be WORD length -1. So it is a right character, it is a left character of the word like M. Then we have to check while we have to give the while condition. Let's give it like this and I will tell that. So we want what we want if left is equal to right, we can't do anything, just we have to move. If it is not equal, then we have to make that palindrome check, right, is equal to false. What? false. Normally we can define that word as like is equal to true, right? So let's comment out this about thing. So here we are defining a variables and write to track the each character in the word, right? To checking the palindrome is or not. Then we have to directly break this loop. So we have to give the condition for the while, right? Like by it is have to return the checking each character. So we have to increase the left thing, right? So left plus 1 and right is equal to RIGHT plus 1. We have not to increase the right one because it have to pass from the left and left should be passed to the right. So checking all these things, so should be left should be greater than RIGHT. Let's check it is written true or false. So we have to return palindrome check. Yes, it is true. So here we are getting, madam, if we reverse the same string, then it is getting palindrome check. So let's same use by the loop also. How we can do with loop? Build the reverse string and compare. Same by, I think same by using this. Okay. So here the best for the interview is like reverse comparing, slicing, like I think it's a loop, and also useful if we use like this. Yes, by loop I think let's comment out this. So by loop, right? Normally n is equal to length of word, right? So for I in range, we have to give the n divided by 2, so it will directly defines directly divides the length of the character. So if it is 5, right, here 2 will be get. So we have to check the characters, like if word word of 1 or like 0, no, I is equal to word word of like minus I plus 1, right? I plus 1, like it is like we are checking the last character with first character. First will be 0. So 0 will not compare, right? So I am adding here 1. If it is equal, then return it is a palindrome. If not, return not palindrome, right? So let's check here palindrome stick or not. Yes, it is a palindrome. So best for the interviews is like a reverse string as like a slicing, or we can do same as like that. It is just like a checking same as like that, I think so. Okay, next to find the largest number in a list. So to find the largest number in a list, we have to use the maximum function. We all know that, and we have to use the loop and sort for the last. Okay, let's define the function here to find the largest number. We have to define this list, right? Let's say array. So we have to define array is equal to, let's say like a 2 comma 4 comma 3 comma 6. So we have to print that function like largest number of array, right? So let's give here the operations. So normally by the loop we have to think that the first character is a maximum, like for first thing is like I in array, or like a num, we can define for the clarity. First we have to check the number. So if number is greater than, so we have to check the character for the largest, right? So we have to define largest number is like, as I said, first character is normally we are assume that first character is a greater one, so we are checking with the first character largest. So if 2 is greater than 2, it will not possible, then again it will not allow. So if 4 is greater than largest, yes, so it will update. So we have to update largest one is equal to num. If not, just leave it. So then we have to return all these things, right? What we have to return the largest one, because we have to finding the largest number, right? So here we have to define the largest one by just yes, next 3 will appear. 3 is greater than 4, no. Then 6 will appear. 6 is greater than 4, yes. So it will update and we get the largest one. Let's try to run the file. Yes, in this string, in this list, the largest number is nothing but 6. Next, by using sort also, like nothing but here array is equal to sort, and we have to return largest number, largest number, right? So it will be, when we sort, then it will get the array will be like ascending order, so we have to take the last number. So it will arrange the elements into ascending order, so the highest number will be at the last. For example, here, like let's say here 6, right? Let's say I am giving 2 or like 1 to better understanding. So it will arrange that 1 2 3 4 6. So let's try to run this. Yes, the largest number is 6. We can directly get the maximum of, directly we can return by just return maximum of array, then it will also returns the same thing, right? So here it is best for the loop. Best for the interview is like a loop by tracking each large number manually, and 2 simple built-in function. Next, counting vowels. So here we have to count the vowels in the string, right? So let's define simple function count vowels. So we have to give the word. So to count the character, we have to define the vowels, right? Is equal to A, E, I, O, U. For the easier purpose, I also defining the characters. Next, we have to count the characters in the list by simple checking if we have to define the word character in word. If character in vowels, then we have to increase the count of is equal to +1, right? So we have to define the count variable also, right? So we had checking each character in the word is present in the vowels or not. If it is present, then it is count is increasing. So next we have to return the count, that how many characters are there. So let's define them also. Print count vowels. Let's give a string is like a madam. Here a is 2 times, right? It will get the 2, right? Because a is present in the vowels. Next, by using list comprehension. So just like a just like create a count v is equal to we have to give the list comprehension, right? Length of each character for character in word if character in vowel, same as like above we did, right? So then we have to return count v. Let's try to run this file. Yes, I'm getting, I think I have to define the list. Yes, so I have to define this into a list form. Then we can, let's run this. Yes, same answer we get. Next, by using regex, I think that regex will be like by importing each one and doing like a re dot, right? Is it? Yes, re dot find all, and we giving that r and a e I o u, and then we giving word, right? Yes, so it will gives a count. We can define them into a length and we can return count. So here like we have to import re. Let's try to run. I think it will works. Yes, it is working. We just counted the regex by that. Okay, best further is like a looping that each character is there or not, and list comprehension is better. Next, same as like the counting vowels, just only the difference is like we defining same same for the consonants also. So let's simply define that. Let's create a simple function like count vowels and consonants. Then we have to give the word, and same as like that above we defined, but here we define two variables, right? Like a count for the vowels and count for the consonants is equal to 0. Then we have, there are the number of approaches by using loop or sets and dictionary. Dictionary is nothing but just like counting, but just giving the structure for that. So let's try to use a simple like for loop. Yes, loop checking each character. So each character in word, the base conditions or like anything we can say edge cases or anything. In the previous videos we have to check the condition is if word or like a character dot is alpha, then we have to allow to do this. So if character in vowels, then what we can do, we have to increase the count v plus is equal to 1, or else we have to increase count c plus is equal to 1. So we have to return simply like we can define like a vowels is equal to count v, and what are the consonants Consonant is like nothing but a count. See, just to be returning in the dictionary form. Let's see. Sorry, I have to define that, right? Next, print. What is that? The function is to count VC, means we have to count both, and giving the string is like madam, same as like that. Let's try to run. We have to get the two things, like vowels are 2 and consonants are nothing but 3, right? Let's try to run again. So here consonants are 3 and 2 vowels in the madam string. So by just using the settings, by checking membership check, I think maybe like a list comprehension as we did. So it is best for the loop, and use dictionary for the counting categories, for counting multiple things. Okay, yes, same as that. So all we know that simple efficient way, loop based solutions are the safest for the assessments. Strong and or list problems are very common, must practice them well. Okay, I'm also have to give something like that. We have to keep in mind when doing these things, like readability should be there, like defining variables, everything, and base, and we have to get the idea about loops, conditionals, strings, and about built-in functions, like these things when doing Python for any coding challenge or any like this doing. So avoid like a remit built-in functions does the job. Okay, and algorithm efficiency should be there, big of notations, and avoid these type of time taking process. And we have to keep in mind about the edge cases also, like think about invalid inputs or these things, and debugging, and these all things, and recursion or iteration difference between them, and how we can do recursion is not is get the issues for the large input, all these things, and data structures, these things, list comprehension, string manipulation, these all things we have to keep in mind. So common tools are like a map, reduce, lambda, enumerate. Enumerate is nothing but like giving the index to the value each character from this slide. So interview mindset should be like a don't rush to the into coding, just to clarify requirements and before solving. Start simple and think loud, like even your thoughts process your code as you code. So edge cases and testing we have to define, keep in mind like that, and practice consistently by this or like this. Okay, next algorithm efficiency, like these are things will we have, and edge cases is like empty inputs, extreme values, like these things, repeating elements, like these are the example, like in that we will have the empty one, then how we can deal it. And string reversal education is like empty string or single character, then how we can go with that, we have to keep in mind that also. So in next videos we will also keep in mind that how we can do the edge cases and base conditions for the recursion, all these things. So here the base condition is to infinite recursion will be happen in the recursion, that is like that. In factorial the base case is to defining, yes. Next, constraints is nothing but to define the time constraint, space constraint, be mindful the memories and solutions, these things. Every problem allows to deal with these type of elements, and we have to keep in mind of timing also, spacing. Yes, iterations as we discussed above, like that, and when to use which one, and we have to keep in mind that example Fibonacci series is elegant but inefficient for the large number of ends. Iteration is best for the large number of ends. Okay, so time trade-off, be mindful for the both time and space. Sometimes optimizing one can lead to a decrease in another, for example hash bull, these things we use, and these are like advanced programming, so it is like a DSA part. So we have to understand all these things to keep in mind before doing any programming. So we can slowly learn all these things. I'm also learning these things to improve my skills, and definitely in next videos I will improve to do all these things without uh, confusing anything. So thank you. In this video we done the revision of the from day 1 to day 5. In next video we can go to the day 6 of things. So thank you. If you like this video, please like it and try to do the daily practice of this. So thank you. If you like this, and can subscribe our channel. Thank you.